How much information is there in a room? Well, let's count. There's a chair, a table, a window, a floor, a ceiling, four walls, and a door. But these objects aren't all there is to see, right? You also have to consider the floor tiles and the wooden panels, and every individual bump along the plaster, and every notch in the wood. And you can go further than that. Every inch and centimeter, every microscopic bacteria, every atom in both surfaces, and air. Every subatomic particle. When you walk into a room, all this information is there, but you don't see it. Why is that? Well, let's pretend like you could. Say you walked into the room, able to see all of this going on. What would happen? Probably you'd freak out. There'd be so much going on all over you that it'd be hard to tell one thing from another. It all looked like a giant mess of matter melting together into itself. You might not even be able to recognize yourself as being apart from it. Luckily, living beings seem to be built in a way that lets them narrow their vision, so to speak. Instead of seeing the world for what it really is, that mess of matter, all being part of the same thing, we can categorize. So that part of the room turns into a chair, that other part turns into a wall or into a table. This is what consciousness allows us to do. It lets us realize that, at least from our perspective, one thing can exist outside of another. And it lets us see what we as individuals are just that, individuals. We're part of this whole mess, but we can act like we're not. We can separate ourselves out from the pure chaos of reality that would otherwise assault our senses with an overflow of information. This is what Jungian psychology calls the separation of the world parents. Light and dark, hot and cold, solid, liquid, and gas. Our consciousness splays the world out in a spectrum of different things and feelings so that we can know between one and the other. This is what God does at the beginning of Genesis. He says, "Let there be light," and suddenly he can split the light from the darkness. The ancient Egyptians had Geb, the god of the earth, and Nut, the goddess of the sky, separated by their sun Shu and allowing creation to flourish between them. Gaia and Uranus to the Greeks, An and Ki in the summer. It's the basic foundation of the yin-yang philosophy that arose in China. The same old story comes up again and again all around the world, shared so intimately because of how fundamental it truly is. Think about how deep this is embedded into our genes. Even the most rustic, single-celled organisms need to be able to differentiate between places of high energy and places of low energy to live. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to absorb it. They aren't conscious like we are. They probably don't know what it is that they're doing, but the knowledge is in their very being. This is the power of consciousness, a narrowing of vision, the differentiation between things, the ability to categorize from the simplest physical matter to the most ridiculously abstract ideas. In a way, it's the only thing that truly separates us from non-living things. It's probably what set life apart from non-life in the first place. Hey, I'm Javier Rosario. I am a writing and lit major, and I am here to talk about consciousness for whatever reason. If you're interested in watching more videos like this about different things, then please check out our channel, and hope you enjoy.